So in this video we're going to go through alert settings, or alert levels as they're referred to, from the entity record. And this is an ability to be able to put a banner across the top of a record to advise either a default message or something that's custom, that's specific in relation to either that candidate or perhaps your business in terms of the way that you work. So from any record, it could be a candidate, a company, or a contact, either from the View More menu or from the right-click menu, it's basically possible to set an alert level. And this will look like something like this, where it puts a banner across the top of the record and there's some text that's ultimately either default text that's against that alert level, or say it could be custom if you wanted to. So off the View More alert level, if we set it to say that puts obviously this banner against the record, and obviously that means that whenever a user is accessing a record, they get a very clear message at the top of the record they can see in relation to that. What you can also do as well is obviously change that alert text to something custom if it's a case that the default alerts aren't appropriate. So if you want to do something like that, only contacted via mobile perhaps, that will obviously put that alert level in place against the record. Again, candidate, company, or contact. Within the admin area, you can define what are the default text and default coloring in relation to alert level via alert settings. So within the records row, you'll have alert settings as an option here, and you can select those alert settings there. Again, that will give the alert level in terms of the entity, associated entity, what is the default text against that entity, and obviously what is the associated text color and background color in relation to that as well. Now what you can also do is on assigning alert levels, if you're using alert levels, you can use the search to search on alert levels as well. So from any of the candidate, company, contact searches, you've got alert criteria that's available as an option, and that allows you to obviously tick on any of the alert levels to see whether or not you've got records that obviously been assigned that. And also you can type in anything custom as well. So if it's a case that you have been typing a specifically custom message in that alert level, obviously you can search across the alert text to see if it's obviously present within that record. In terms of user group permissions as well, you can actually break down which alert levels can be used by specific users. So within the admin area under user group permissions, what you'll find is the ability under candidates to define, obviously in terms of the alert level text, whether or not you want to be able to grant the ability to make it bespoke, whether or not you want to grant them to be able to access all the alert levels, or perhaps you want to lock down so that only certain alert levels can be selected but others can't. Ultimately it can be defined in that way, again with a view to only certain users being granted the privileges to be able to run this functionality. It can obviously be baked into working practices. It can be used for ownership reasons, it can be used for grading, it can be used for any number of scenarios. It can also be used with workflow as well if you require any custom bespoke work where you would like an alert level to be triggered if certain workflow perhaps has been run in the system. Then obviously we can go about setting that sort of thing up for you. But that's essentially the purpose of alert levels, effectively to provide that custom message or templated message to users as they're accessing the record if there's something important they need to know or understand about that record before working with them. But that covers alert levels within the colleague system.